absorb the light of the sun. So now you get to talk to Mother Moon in her authentic realness, her real self, before she is in her phase of absorbing the light of the sun and reflecting that light of the sun that kind of gives, that builds up to that full moon that is in full shine your eyes. Okay, so now's the time to set your intentions, to make your, I think I'm losing some propane in my lighter here, but I have enough to light this Palo Santo, so we're just gonna go on that. So I'm just burning some Palo Santo to kind of like ground my energy, because I just feel so excited. And I cleanse the energy of the cards. And so, like I was saying about the full moon, the new moon, now's the time to set your intentions, to make your oblations, to ask your questions, to set your goals for the next cycle, for this next month, and just prepare ourselves, because I don't want to exclude myself when I talk about this. We are a collective, that includes me, to kind of prepare ourselves for the spring season. As this year is rounding off, myself, I do celebrate, I do honor nature's seasons and the 13 moons. So I celebrate the new year in the spring. So I've been doing a lot of preparing for that, doing all of the traditional things of cleaning and getting rid of the old and preparing the new, and the mindset that goes along with that. You know, the movements are part of the ritual of readying the mind. So it's kind of like that, as above, so below. You're cleaning your physical space, but also it is a reflection of your internal space, of your mental space. And so with the new year approaching, you know, our ancestors was on point. They knew the things to do to make space for the blessings, for the incoming, for the newness, for the harvest. You know, have to make space. So yes, forgive me. I know this has been very talkative. So I'm going to just do some shuffling here. While I'm doing that, let's just be in a moment of gratitude for this time, for this current world space, for delineation and separation from energies that do not serve our highest good. All praises due to the Most High, Divine, Righteous Light. Myself and the collective, humbly before you, asking for the strongest messages. What do we need to know? What is the collective facing? What perspectives do we need to consider? What mindsets do we need to challenge? What old habits, what old ways of thinking, what energies do we need to release at this time? Pray that your messages are clear, that your messengers are clear. We thank you now for all that you've done, all that you will do, and all that you're currently doing in this moment to conspire for our good as we travel from the season of the water bearer, of clear mind, of electric perception, into deep into those emotional waters, Pisces. Cutting the deck on Pisces, cut the deck on the moon. Okay, so let's just get into that energy to see what's coming. As these words exist, so shall they be. All right. Let's see here. Spirit, what energies do we have for the collective? What do we need to know? What messages do you have for the collective? Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. What messages do you have for the collective? Do you have to give the cards an opportunity to speak? And as I am getting more in the habit of posting these collective readings more regularly, to see this community grow and build, I realize that along with patience comes effort. They pretty much are hand in hand, right? Thank you, Spirit. What messages do we have for the collective? Thank you. All right. So first card out, we have, let's see that, the Two of Swords. Two of Swords representing balance, representing a decision needing to be made. Maybe there's weighing options, needing to get into your heart. The Three of Swords coming out next, which is, so when you're looking at the Two of Swords here, I'm gonna give the card some time to speak, but let's talk a bit about what we have so far. The Two of Swords is, you see the person here with a blindfold on, two heavy, sharp swords. So these are something difficult, a painful decision having to be made. The crescent moon is there, you have the water behind, everything is calm. It's pretty much slowing everything down so that you're able to go within and listen. Because you see her eyes are covered, so this is not something that will be a visual decision. This is not something I can see and do. This is something that you have to go into your heart, into your internal mind, into your body to make this decision. And with the Three of Swords coming out next, could speak to just adding on to that confusion. Maybe the decision is painful. Maybe the decision is going to create, maybe it's going to absolve some conflict, some dissolution. Next out, we have the Six of Pentacles. The cards are kind of bent up from. So we have the Six of Pentacles coming out next. Okay, Six of Pentacles here is a good time of support. Maybe the support will come from the outside. The next here we have the Emperor. Okay. Emperor is a very strong major arcana. The Emperor is an authority figure. The Emperor has the power to, the will, the power. This is a powerful, can be masculine, doesn't have to be masculine or feminine, but typically when you think about that fearlessness, that discipline, that hard, that gavel needing to come down, it will come from the energy of the Emperor. And it's the fourth major arcana. Let's see here. Let's see what this message could be giving us here. Because right now I'm seeing maybe the decision the collective is having to make to overcome some sort of betrayal or loneliness will put them on a path of generosity. But it kind of looks as if, okay, we got two cards out. Another one, another balance, another dual. We have the Two of Wands here, which denotes a choice being made. And then this I'll count as a bonus card because I usually do my spreads in fives. I'm a numbers person. But the sixth card here is the Queen of Swords. Okay. The Queen of Swords is very much thoughts dominating feelings, head over your heart. Excuse me. So in this case, this message is a bit convoluted. I would say that the choices are being made. The collective is in a very indecisive point maybe in life where you're going to have to make a decision that's going to, maybe the collective is experiencing some confusion with making a decision that they know will create a better hedge of protection for them. And maybe they're looking for someone else to come in, and someone like the Emperor. Maybe the Emperor energy could be representation of an ancestor, could be representation of an outside force in this physical realm or in the spiritual realm to come in and kind of help them out, because what we're getting are a decision needing to be made. Maybe the collective has experienced some betrayal, some heartbreak. They're in a moment of sadness or loneliness with the Three of Swords here. And they're having confusion with making this decision that's probably led them to a point of overgiving, or maybe it's not even overgiving, or it could be maybe the collective has felt as if their generosity has been taken for granted in a situation, and so they're needing to call on some energy like the Emperor, like the Queen of Swords, to kind of help them make this decision, right? Maybe it's a decision that you know. With the Queen of Swords and the Emperor being here in this space, that denotes there's nothing emotional about it, right? Maybe what I'm getting here is you need to take your emotions out of it, out of the situation, so that you're able to make a decision that's not, that's not going to make you feel guilty. You know what I mean? Because you've already experienced what, maybe there was a relationship where there was a third party, and now you're wondering if you should stay, if you should go, because, and you're pretty much having to make this painful choice and face your fears, right? Because that can be another way to interpret the Two of Wands with the blindfold. She's not wanting to see what she's gonna have to cut, right? It's almost like, okay, I'm just gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna swing this sword, and whatever lives, lives, whatever dies, dies, and that can kind of lead to that can kind of confirm the Queen of Swords being here as the sixth card in this spread, because in the sequence, because the Queen of Swords, she knows what the right thing to do, right? And sometimes the right thing to do doesn't always feel good, but it's going to be what's fair. She's sitting here, she's weighing the heart and the actions, you know, kind of not quite like judgment, but she is right beneath it because it is um, an air. Judgment represents Libra, and the cards, the swords represent the air signs, which is Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. And this particularly has that Gemini zodiac here. Like I said, I try not to get too much into zodiacs, but it does help when you're trying to decode the message. And you know, if you know Aquarius, which we're in Aquarius season, so many things are tying together here. But with Aquarius being here, people like to say Aquarians aren't very emotional, and I don't think that's the case at all. I think that they are willing to take the information and properly weigh it and understand what it means to take your heart, take your feelings out of what doesn't serve you and make a decision based on the facts, based on the information that you have. Because our feelings can betray us, right? Our mind can betray us too. But sometimes when we are in this crossroad is what I'm seeing here for the collective, because the Two of Wands is here representing a choice. There are two paths. You're wanting to get there. The path is greener on the other side. So whatever decision you're making is going to excel you and propel you further into this Six of Pentacles, this period of being generous to yourself is what I'm getting here. Not really more of sharing generosity. Maybe you were in a point where you were giving too much in a situation, and now it's time to take that energy and give it to yourself. The Emperor represents protection, authority, right? And sometimes while we're trying to protect the things outside of us, we're leaving ourselves vulnerable to energies that aren't good for us, that don't have our best intentions, that don't have our best in mind or in heart. So that's where we have to make the decisions to say, I'm going to put myself first. I'm going to do what's right for me, right? Or otherwise I lose me. I lose myself to the betrayal. I lose myself to the heartbreak, to the loneliness, to the depression. So collective, make that decision today. I know that with the energy of the past days and all of the superficiality and the commercialness, call your power back. This is the perfect time to do so in this new moon energy, in this new season, in this new lunar energy, to make a decision that's going to benefit your highest good. Okay, so this message was tough, but I honestly feel that there are some of you out there who are experiencing this at this moment, and I'm going to send you some positive energy and some love and some light and some peace so that you're able to get the strength of that Emperor and do what's practical for you. Rise above what is trying to pull you down and elevate. You're in a new moon energy. This is the perfect time for transformation and reinvention as we are closing out this year and heading into the spring season in another month or so. So have fortitude. All right. Talk to you soon.